thank you for joining us. This is the Republic of Presidents. On October 6, 2022, the Central Bank of Nigeria released the news that within the years of 2019 to 2021, the Central Bank of Nigeria had spent the sum of $11.6 billion to support Nigerian students who are traveling for foreign education. That's an average of $3.87 billion over those 3 years. For context, if you're trying to wrap your head around it, that amount works out at 5 trillion naira over 3 years and 1.67 trillion naira per year. For a company that is deemed as poor, like Nigeria, that is a head scratcher. That's a staggering figure. Anyway, I sat down, picked my calculator, and tried to work out how much each student is paying for foreign education. Now, I understand the reason why most people are doing this. They're looking for greener pastures. Some of them is to get better degrees, better qualifications, so that they can get better jobs. For other people, it's just because it's the quickest way to seek greener pastures, and that is fine. Because ultimately, even people overseas make remittances, which contributes to the development of Nigeria. So the objective of this video is not to speak negatively about people who choose to travel overseas. Rather, the objective of this video is to provide hope to Nigerians who choose to remain in Nigeria, to share about the opportunities that potentially exist for those who want to stay in Nigeria, do business here, and create their wealth here. So, I looked at the average amount being spent by Nigerian students. On the average, they're spending between $15,000 to $60,000 or more for some people to go study in the UK, the US, Australia, Canada, and other similar countries. And if you choose the base number of $15,000 and you look at the fact that the minimum number of years you could spend for a bachelor's degree is 3 years, then it works out to an investment of $45,000 for tuition and living expenses over a period of 3 years. So I thought about it. First of all, the people going on these journeys, they're not really poor people, because for you to have $15,000 a year, man, you don't try, you know? So I thought about it. For those who have actually $45,000 for 3 years, what if there is an alternative scenario where they choose to invest that $45,000 in an export business, which enables them to earn income in USD and other foreign currency? What would it be like if you took a long-term view, say for a period of 20 years? If you took a long-term view, what would the business be worth if the business grows at a compound annual growth rate of 20% per year for 20 years? And then I picked out my compound calculator and I worked it out to $1.725 million, which is how much a company here would earn exporting stuff produced from Nigeria over a period of 20 years. I was like, wow, okay, that's interesting. Now, such a business in 20 years will probably be doing, say, around $10 million in revenues per year, or maybe more. But let's use, again, a very conservative number. Now, if you had, or you wanted to sell that business in 20 years from now to an investor or a competitor, your competition would probably buy that business at a multiple of revenue of at least 3 times. Again, we're using conservative numbers here. So imagine that your business, which is doing revenues of $10 million in 20 years from now, would be bought at $10 million multiplied by 3, which is $30 million. It means that someone who decides to take such a course of action could actually end up with a valuation, a personal valuation of at least $30 million. The question I want to ask you is that how many people who have stayed overseas for 20 years are currently worth $30 million? I don't know anyone. Of course, I know about some in the papers. I've read about Nigerians who are making a lot of money in the papers, but I don't know anyone personally. The objective of this video is not to castigate those who choose to go overseas in search of greener pastures. The objective, rather, is to provide a perspective for others, who are contemplating whether to go or to remain. The objective is to show you that you don't have to travel overseas to make your big bucks. You can be right here in this country and become a millionaire or even a billionaire in dollars. We have a few examples dotted all over the place. In the coming episodes, I will be sharing with you a few examples of opportunities that abound in Nigeria, which you can take advantage of, begin to look at, and see as potential opportunities around which you can build a long-term business and build your personal wealth. This is the word for today, everyone. Thank you for being part of the Republic of Presidents today. If you like what we do, the kind of videos we put out, if you like what we believe in, and you share our vision, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share with your friends and family. We're building a community of people who believe in Nigeria and who are willing to contribute to the development of Nigeria. Until we come your way again, keep thinking and acting like a president. God bless you, and God bless Nigeria.